up, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Land. And today on the field, we have a 2-pack that I was kind of excited for. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wasn't excited for, but for some odd reason, something drew me to this one. I pre-ordered. I usually, like, something like obscure like this, I usually don't care about, man, but I actually like these guys. For one, the Steel Brigade or Commander or whatever Hasbro has, Steel Core. Guy has been upgraded as far as his body. Looks like he's on the low light body. And then two, the Twilight Guard. It's a kit bash between, looks like a Cobra officer and a Crimson Guard body, which this whole set looks kit bash just like the last Steel Core, but this time around looks like it's done right. I just want to kind of show off the box. Usually don't do that, but it has a great looking package. These two look good. I believe this is the first time a good guy and bad guy has been packaged together. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's a great idea. And these guys look good. When they say it's not for everybody, but for somebody, that somebody was me. So let's get into the Twilight Guard and the Steel Core Commander. Alright, I want to go over this real quick because there's no way I want to go through all these crappy guns in the first place. But this thing is loaded out with all different types of guns. My homeboy Chris, aka Window Cling, said he didn't like the purple and blue colors. I actually think those colors make the weapons pop. Of course, this color pattern is all over the place, so it doesn't necessarily matches with them, but it kind of does. It's kind of almost like Halloween colors, the purple and orange, the bluish purple, and like the green. I don't know, it's just a weird colored palette that they picked, but I actually do like it. Have two big saw semi-automatic weapons up here, rifles. One right here. He has a sword that's in a sheath that's pretty much right here. Backpack looks good, pretty long backpack. Yeah, so some type of grenade launcher, rocket propel gun here. M16 looking weapon right here for the Steel Core. Also here, also the weapon that Lowlight had. Looks like the sniper rifle. I'm not too sure if that might be the sniper rifle. Be honest with you, out of all the G.I. Joe guns, most of them suck. They have a few that I'll mess with, and they have them in here. Here's his rock and roll's weapon, I believe here. The big gun that you can lay on the ground with. Here's another kind of like little small machine gun that I've never seen before. It looks like almost maybe a new model. And then they have another one here that I've seen with somebody before. So all in all, you're looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big guns, and then right here you have like a small 9mm looking guns, which I think they do the best, the sidearms. I mean, they play those off the best. Got another gold like little 9mm here that looks pretty good. So it's packed with 10 plus guns in there. And then also I seen a review with Kyle Peterson when he pulled this out. He thought he was missing a gun here, but this extra tray space here, this little indenture, is really to help back this up here. This gun that's in the corner here, rock and roll's gun that you get with the big magazine cartridge there, but it has extra blast effects. That's what that extra tray is for here. All right, so I got these guys out of the pack, and somewhat with all their gear, I will tell you this. I messed around with him about like an hour, and I really like this Twilight Guard. This Twilight Guard is the highlight of this set. This Twilight Guard makes me want to get some more Twilight Guard, and we'll get into his side of it, but got both of them out. As you can see here, the Twilight Guard has a backpack. The Steel Core Commander does not. What sucks about this is the Steel Core Commander doesn't come with the jetpacks that they gave to the original ones. I mean, I would have sacrificed some of these guns for that jetpack, to be honest with you. I would have sacrificed all of the guns for the jetpack, and he just could have had that M4, M16 rifle, and that would have been good. You can miss me with all the other guns. Give him a jetpack. He's a Steel Core Commander. Why doesn't the Commander have a jetpack? All right, but anyway, if you got some laying around, definitely can put that into his back, and we'll do that. But we'll come in a little closer, man, and get a look at them and just kind of talk about them, man, and then we're gonna have some fun with them, because that's what I'm about, posing them up and just kind of showing you the beauty of these guys here. But the Twilight Guard has the black and purple weapons, as I showed you. The Steel Core Commander has the black and blue here. All right, first off, let's start with this new Steel Core Commander. He pretty much has the same webbing gear the layover that the last one had, but this is a totally different buck. This is low light. I know it's low light's legs. The upper, I believe that's low light also, but you can definitely notice the total difference in the body mass, the size of it. That last steel core was a kit bash, and a horrible one at that. And that's what this 2-pack is. It's just a glorified kit bash, but they did good with it. And I don't have a problem with that, because most of G.I. Joe is kit bashed anyway. Not most, but for a large part, parts get traded around. But it just was so blatant with that steel core set. And it's so blatant with this one, you can automatically start naming off different parts. I mean, I'm not an expert at that, but as soon as I seen it, I could tell the Twilight Guard was a Crimson Guard and a Cobra officer or trooper, because of the chest emblem. And this guy's no different here. But Lowlight's body is an awesome buck to begin with. Kind of has like a bluish green color, and I like the colorways on them. They're very obscure, very weird. Has a gold helmet, but it fits in my eyes, man. I think this is a great upgrade if you're gonna do a kit bash figure, basically, man. But he looks good. Lowlight was a very tough figure, a very good figure that could stand up, had nice legs, had nice everything about it. Lowlight was a really good figure on the low. He just kind of went under the radar, man. And this figure right here, it serves no difference, man. It's just different elements put into it. You can tell this is a different buck because this web gear fits a lot tighter on this buck than it does on this one. This right here is Snake Eyes legs and Beachhead upper half, which looks very, very strange. And matter of fact, I know why they probably went to Lowlight's body, because this probably not even a mold anymore, and it shouldn't be. They've ran their course, and this is the better option here. This actually makes me want to buy a steel core figure now because of this. Is it the best G.I. Joe? No. But I can deal with that body, and I can deal with this, especially in different color schemes, because I actually like this obscure one here. But as you can see here, this right here is just a more skinnier version. It was just really slapped together, and it never really worked out. This is more aiming to where you want to be. The Twilight Guard looks amazing, man. This figure has really made a great impression on me. Now, right now, I got him loaded up with his backpack. Has more of the two futuristic rifles on each side. If you graze them, they're gonna fall out. I believe that's the way they go. I don't see any other way they would probably fit. Has that kind of like a street sweeper, more like a grenade launcher, RPG, or well, not RPG, but grenade launcher down at the bottom. Doesn't have a rotating barrel on it, and that kind of sucks. But I'm gonna do this figure even one better. This figure could go without this backpack at all, and I probably won't display him with that backpack. This figure is badass on his own, just simply with this sword, the sheath, his sidearm, and the knife that goes in the side, man. That's all he needs, because it's a well put together figure, man, and he can really get busy. He doesn't feel cheap. Everything feels quality, even though it's a kit bash of other figures. It doesn't have that like loose parts feeling on it, like it's been like just thrown together, kind of like that last year steel core. And when you kind of start going into the reprints, they can kind of feel like loose, like they've been through it. But this figure does not feel like that. I'm trying to get it to stand. There we go. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think he's a rock star. And those futuristic guns, I'll probably give those to Cable from the X-Men. That looks like his more range. I didn't like the guns that they gave him. I've been looking for something to replace, so maybe these guns are due, but I don't know. Cable's kind of a big guy. They might be a little bit too small for him. Yeah, these guns are more Cable speed, so I guess he'll be kind of like dealing with those for now, man. But pretty cool, but flimsy just like the rest. And like I said, those guns always get used sparingly. The way this guy is set up is almost like something from Star Wars. Like the sleekness of the black helmet, the way it just shines. Just his gear, the cape for one, because for most part, if you're not like a boss in G.I. Joe, you're not going to see too many with a cape. Most of the bosses carry capes. Mindbender, Serpentor, Destro at times will wear a cape, but none of the regular guys, or especially a trooper, and that just gives him more of like a regal look. But what sets him apart and different from any other trooper is just the stealthness of him. Even though he has colors that pop, like the orange on his arm and the purple hits on the side of his gear, he just kind of has a more of a stealth, kind of blacked out look, and I really, really like that. And then on top, like I said, if they're gonna do a kit bash, which is between a Crimson Guard, a Cobra officer, and like I said, I believe he has the mole rat legs just because of the pockets in the front with some Cobra officer boots. I believe that's what it is. But whatever they put together a solid kit bash that works good, functions good, doesn't seem like it's cheap and beat out, and it just sets aside a sort of a regalness or just eliteness from the other troopers. Maybe I'm the only person that feels like that, man, but this Joker right here is badass, man. Like, for real. The soft goods cape gives him a certain dynamic, gives him a certain playability that you can't get with most figures, because for the most part nobody's really coming with soft goods. And then especially the way they did it, has like an elastic band that goes across the chest so it stays tight down on there. So even does it have like a bendy wire, and it doesn't need it, it's just really not that big enough, it still gives you that posability to where you can kind of pitch it and put it in different ways to give you a little bit more dynamic situations with the cape. Now even like right here where it's kind of look like it's kind of billowing a little bit as he runs. So just a nice move. And then plus it feels quality. Even though it's not a lot of fabric, the fabric that they have on there is quality. It has a two-tone hit. It's black on the outside with a sheen. Then it has kind of almost like a Halloween orange inside. And I'm really smitten by this figure, to be quite honest. Not too much to it, man. It's a dark, blacked out figure, but it's put together very well. Very well. And just look how dynamic that cape is on the bike. It doesn't have wire or anything, but it's asymmetric. It fits so well on him, and that strap just you can kind of flip it and pose it, and it just takes a normal simple character, man, to the next level. And it's always good when you have soft goods. That ups the quality of your product. That makes it turns into the premium product, man. And like I said, this Twilight Guard is definitely off the chain, man. He looks good. You see, sometimes that orange works out, especially with this bike. He's riding an orange bike, that orange cape popping, whipping in the wind. It just makes for a more dynamic photo. And of course, my man Torch with him. Like I said, I just broke him out the pack the other day. Is amazing. The best Dreadnought. We're gonna see if Xandar gonna take his crown though. And here he is standing with some of his Crimson Guard counterparts. We pretty much have the classified Crimson Guard, which is a little bit darker red. We have the OG, which is pretty much lighter red, and we have the Python Patrol Crimson Guard. And out of all these, I'm not even gonna front. He looks the best to me. He looks like he has the most poured into him, which, let's not get it twisted. The Crimson Guard is a great action figure, great buck, great army builder. But this guy right here, like I said, I'm really digging him. I'm really digging his outfit. I'm really digging how they kind of took this Crimson Guard to the next level. And here he is amongst a crowd of heavy hitters. He definitely can hold his own. And not saying he's the best Cobra Trooper. I'm not going to put that on him because there's so many different ones. And this is not even all of them. Just from what you see here, just the different army builders. He definitely holds his own. He definitely stands by himself just because he's just so dark. He's the darkest one up there. He's just kind of got this muted look. All right, man. So I want to kind of do this kind of like the episode of The Table a little bit. And I have my thumbnail I think I'm going to use here. And this is what I wanted. I just wanted to play with the Twilight Guard. You can see here. Got him by the fire. Got my Kit Bash Jinx here. I call alternative Jinx. Mixed between Lady J, Zarana, and the Jinx. Got my man Torch back here. Got him not too long ago. Best Dreadnought until Xandar. We're going to see what's up with that. And then we got the old Steel Brigade and the new Steel Brigade flying over here trying to get the Twilight Guard, man. And I got the red light showing here. Got my blue light up there. Got the blue light in the back where you see in the back alleyway there. Got my white light here on top of the camera. And here's your thumbnail here. I also want to take this time to show off a kit bash I've been messing around with. I call this alternative Jinx. Basically, I opened up the Jinx figure and I think she's amazing. Well, I wouldn't say amazing. She's okay. She's basically the Blue Ninja, I believe, kind of rehashed out, and the Vipra and all of that. And be honest with you, those figures surprised me more than I thought, especially the Blue Ninja. But I got to messing around with all these different kind of leftover action figures I got, or girls I got from Ollie's. So I got a Serana from Ollie's, and had an extra Lady J hanging around. So I kind of took off Serana's legs and put on Lady J's legs. Tried out the Jinx extra head sculpt. And basically I was looking for somewhere to put Jinx extra head sculpt, but her neck didn't quite matches with Serana. So I took out Jinx head sculpt, neck, and put it on her head sculpt, put it on Serana. Basically, this is a kit bash between all three figures. I end up just butchering my Jinx. I'm just have to get another one, man. But I just got so into this, man, that I think it's pretty cool, man. I want to do the jacket like black and darken up the green fatigues, but I do like Lady J's legs and her boots. What I will have to do, as you can see here, I have Jinx bicep on down. Up in the shoulder part, that's Serana's there. So I had to find a way to get those to clip in because they're different. Serana had a little bit more smaller ports at the arm than Jinx does. Her port's a little bit bigger to plug into the bicep. So I had some tooling around to do, but from what I got right here, I'm digging this like all day. I actually really like it. To the point I was like, you know what, the real Jinx, I'll just get her a little bit later on. And then you also can do some fun stuff like the original Jinx head. You can also place that on there, being that I have the neck peg from Jinx. I didn't have to use anybody else's, so her other head sculpt goes on. And once this pink goes off, maybe she has like a black jacket, or I might even make the jacket red, to be quite honest with you, just to show homage to that. Hey, this is Jinx here. So this actually looks pretty dope too. So she looks dope either way. I do like the green fatigues to show that, hey, she's actually in the military. But painting that jacket red or black to kind of get away from that Serana look, to get that out of your head, I think that'll be the trick. And also doing some Rit dye on the skin here. But this is a kit bash still in works. But from what I pieced together here, pieced milled here, I'm digging it, man. So alternative Jinx, there you go. At the end of the day, these two figures to me are two glorified kit bashes, but done well. If I had a problem with them, I would state it. As far as like last year with that steel core pack that came out, I mean that was trash. That was garbage. Those figures look very bad. But these are figures that are put together by other kit bashes in the line, and they did a good job. They feel quality. They don't feel like they have any QC issues at all as far as how they're put together. As far as maybe the steel core moving his arms up because of the web gear, but if you want, you could take that off. I mean, that low light body was a great buck. As far as this Twilight Guard sleeper Rockstar, man, I really like this guy right here. This guy makes me want to get a couple of more packs of these, even though I'm not too fond of the steel core, and I like the steel core. He's good enough where I could go through getting a couple of packs of these, but like far as getting 5 or 10, like I could go to get maybe like 1 or 2 more and still deal with the steel core, because I wouldn't mind having a couple of him. But that's Twilight Guard. That's I wouldn't mind trying to army build him, and he's very nice. So hopefully maybe they'll go on sale or something like that. But he is a true treat, and this package and the steel core is a good enough product to be named the steel core in the Hasbro line. That what they put out last year was trash, man. But like I said, glorified kit bash is not for everybody. If you're interested in this, Twilight Guard, he is worth spending the buck on it just to get this guy and just see him, man. He's dope, man. And I hope they move on with that type trooper there. I know he's probably a made up guy for classified, but I really like him. But this is a Savage Land. We do this for the love and beauty of G.I. Joe 2-packs that are actually pretty decent. And I will say this too, because the G.I. Joe 2-pack's been a lot of like hit and miss. This is, I would say, a solid 2-pack. I can't really say too much bad about these guys because they're quality figures. The bucks are good on them, and the playability, the way they feel in hand, are nice. The only thing about it, like I said, they're just kit bashes. There's nothing new about them, but there's something new about them because they was put together for this. With that being said, until the next time, God bless.